Welcome to my video review of the SuperCard MiniSD. So this is a cheapy kind of thing you can get on Amazon, and it claims to play Game Boy Advance games on actual hardware. That probably ruined everything. So yeah, it's got some pretty funny text on there actually. It must work with micro SD, or mini SD, sorry. Yes, it will not work. Requirement on your PC, Pentium 3, 650 or advance. No break in advance. Yeah, if it's not advanced, it's not gonna work. Whatever that means. Anyway, they're saying it'll work with pretty much anything that has a Game Boy Advance slot. Now I'm gonna move this so you can actually read this. And one of the main selling points of this thingy is that it supports real-time save. More on that later when I actually powered it on. Yeah, so you all want to see it, don't you? Ta-da! Yeah, so this is it. It is actually the same size, more or less, than a legit Game Boy Advance card. It's it's exactly the same size here. It's a little tiny bit longer. Nothing that will matter, excuse me. But it has a mini SD slot. This is the only thing that comes in the box, so you don't actually get a card. And an HC card will not work. You need an old 2 GB max, but they only cost a couple dollars on probably on eBay or something. So yeah, not a big problem. Put that in. And one more thing, you have to convert your files on the computer for this to work properly. In the program, it's okay, but it only works on Windows, so that's a bit eh. So yeah, let's power this puppy up. Okay, I am back, and I hope you can see something. Now, this is the interface that you will get. I've loaded up some games on here, and a GBA video just to see that it works. Now, there are some games that this thing will support perfectly, and that will indeed work, but I don't know any of them. Literally, there's only one game, and I can't remember which one it was now. Probably should have checked that. Oh yeah, it was F-Zero. F-Zero is pretty much the only game I can remember. The rest of them work in Game Boy Player mode. Allow me to demonstrate that as I'm loading mode. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Almost as if they pulled the ROM off of the Game Boy Player and put it on the Game Boy. It says save that as corrupt. More on that in just a second. As I load. Yeah. So, it is playable, I gotta say, it is playable. But, yeah. Here's me sucking at Mario. Fuck. This is how you get, oh, this is not, yeah, this is how you get back to the start menu. So, here's the deal. This has a battery backup, you may be able to see through there. That saves your game for a while until you actually save them to your memory card. And the way you do that is you go into the menu and you go to the saver and click on the two files generated by your by the program on the computer. And you click on both of these and it's actually saved. One of them is the real-time save file. The other one is a normal save. But again, that only works with a couple of games, so what you gonna do? Yeah. So you press the left button, the right button, select and B, and you get put into the real-time save menu. From there you can select to load or save, and you will like to save unless you would like to load. There's nothing on the screen, by the way, so that's not you seeing things. So you save the game that you want to save. And then every time you boot up the game, you have to go back to the menu and go to load and load it, which is a bit annoying, but what you gonna do. And if you do find a game that supports it, you're gonna have to go back to, you're gonna have to press select and A, the same thing but with A. You're gonna have to save that way. And after you do either of these, before you power down Switch games, you're gonna have to press both of these, select and start, in order to save. And you're gonna navigate from the list to the thing that you want, the game that you want, I mean, and save that, and only then can you power off. So I guess that brings me to the conclusion now that I've said a lot of words that may or may not make sense. Is this a worthwhile deal? Now, I stay here in Europe, where this is pretty much the only thing I could find, apart from getting it shipped in from a different country. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it gives you an ability to play Game Boy games that you wouldn't have originally. Still, alongside this, I like to collect normal games, as the one I brought on hand, but yeah. But I can see that this, this isn't perfect. So, if you live in America or anywhere where you can have anything else, something like the Easy Flash maybe, or anything, do that.